Oh. Where's everybody at? Nobody's here yet. We were just waiting. Death sentence got slept out. No! Death sentence, no! Did he really? Fuck. Oh, let's have a look. Let's watch death sentence get chinned. Fuck, death sentence, you silly, silly bastard. Oh, wait, here he is versus Zach Cray. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, he jumps. No, this must be the one where he won, wasn't it? He's got a rear naked on this guy. No way he fumbles that. Oh, wait. Let's have a... Oh, no, this isn't the full fight. Oh, it's just a fucking short. All right, let's watch the actual full fight. Okay, it's death sentence versus Accra. How does he fumble this? Because he's got like a fucking rear naked shot. He's got the guy's back. How did he fumble a rear naked? All right, let's skip ahead a little bit here. Damn, who the fuck's this guy who's refereeing? Oh no, different guy. Oh, they're flipping each other off. They got beef. I mean, street beefs, so that honestly make a lot of sense. Damn, they're both younger than me. It's always weird when you see people who are like, I don't know, because you always picture these guys are older. But yeah, let's watch Street. Let's watch fucking Death Sentence. He gets fucking jumps the guy's back immediately. How the fuck did he fumble this, man? Like he's literally it's because he's got his arm fucking. He doesn't he's not grabbing his bicep as he goes for the choke. Oh, oh yeah, he's been taken down. And it doesn't appear he's got any fucking ability to get back to his feet here. Oh, wait. No. He's going for an armbar. He just doesn't have the armbar whatsoever. Oh, he threw his glove off. Why the fuck did he do that? That's weird. That was very weird, to be fair. All right, death sentence. He's doing the little fucking standing hammer fist. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. I can understand why he got slapped out cold watching this right now. Oh, why has he got like his mouth guard like just sitting out there as he's scrapping this dude? Like, I don't know what death sentence for was gonna happen here, to be honest. Oh, the Zach Cray's like fucking air thrusting him right now. Oh, he's gassed. Death sentence is super duper gas right now. What are you watching? I'm just watching Death Sentence versus Zach Cray on Street Beefs that happened 7 hours ago. It's not going very good for Death Sentence. I mean, I already know he got slept, but like, yeah, it's not looking too good for Mr. Death Sentence right now. Well, that training with DJ and he's not looking very good. Yeah, this is not good. Ayo, Mabar, what's going on, Mabar? But yeah, hope you're going good, Andrus. Oh, yep, he's out. Yeah, he got fucked up. Oh, Death Sentence went for a little fucking kick on the ground. Oh, nice. You having fun? I am, actually. This is quite entertaining. I like watching people who can't fight because it makes me feel better about myself, you know? Like, I can generally watch a Death Sentence fight and be like, you know what? I fucking have a chance against this guy, you know? When I'm watching the UFC, I can't really say stuff like that, you know? So I can be a bit more, like, you know, confident in my own ability to defend myself in a street fighting situation because, like, I don't know how Death Sentence fumbled that. But for the title of the video, what's it called? Tatsuro Taira is fighting Park now. So Usyk's going to get a different opponent. So Usyk's gone from fucking fighting Alex Perez to getting Hunsun Park to now he's just not got an opponent. I mean, I've heard he's got an opponent, but I don't know if it's set or anything. Just for those who have joined for the title. Whittaker can't be Goofy Dutchman. That means I got a good shot against Whittaker, to be honest. You know, Whittaker's not doing good against the Dutchman. I'm Dutch. I'm not that goofy, but I mean, I'd mix it up. I'd get real goofy against Whittaker. He wouldn't be able to handle the fucking Dutch pressure. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen so many people. What's up, black guy? Hello. What's going on, Chris Samuels? Yeah, I see a lot of people saying Whittaker got robbed, and I 100% disagree with that. I don't know why. There's like a narrative that he got robbed. Yeah, maybe you could argue he could have won, but it's not a robbery. I thought Reina Dorita clearly won. Oop. I'm an unknown person. We got K1, Chris Samuels. But yeah. I watched amateur fights this weekend. I bought a $30 card to watch my friend fight. He won, thankfully, so there was a good $30 invested. There was also some really good fights. Aiden Todorov fought on the card. I've been hyping Todorov up quite a lot. YouTube blocked me from sending a message with the other word. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I wonder why they would block you from saying that word. Yes. Oof. But yeah, Aiden Todorov is a guy I hyped up quite a lot. He got an 18-second KO his fight, so he continues. He's like 7-2, but I think he should arguably be like 9-0 because the 2 losses, you could argue he won on damage. So that's a really good prospect. He fights a lot like JDM. He fights really similar to JDM. It's like he's got a mix of JDM with like Gregory Rodriguez. Like he's got that style of boxing, but he's a lightweight, but he's got so much power as well. Honestly, going from scrapping with GM3 to beating Whittaker. Yeah, honestly. Like, I remember people saying, oh, RDR is not going to be anything in the middleweight division. I've picked RDR in every single one of his fights. I just know ball, I guess. Like, I've picked every RDR fight right. I think he beats Adesanya if they book that fight next, but then I don't know if he beats, like, I think Dricus would chin him, and I think he'd probably lose to Hamza, but maybe he could beat, like, Caio Borello, or he could beat, like, a Mavov. RDR. I love his nickname. He's literally just RDR. Like, RDR, Reina de Ritter. Like, at that point, JDM should just start calling himself JDM for his nickname. Probably because of their Jewish heritage. RD hard. Oh my god. I was like, I didn't even notice that you said that until I fucking actually read it out loud. RD harder. That's when he goes fucking full heel mode. That's when RDR fights in Amsterdam. He goes RD harder. Habib versus Ilya. I'd probably go Habib. I think it'd be too big for Ilya. But I mean, I don't know. I got to see more of Ilya at lightweight. He did chin Charles. I think he's obviously champion, but we got to see a bit more. That's when he channels his inner Grant Dawson. What did Grant Dawson do? Noah Bay got a flatline KO. I know I seen that. He was wrestling a lot in that fight too against another kickboxer. You'd think he would just like purely scrap, but no. No, he wrestled a little bit and then gets a KO. And that guy he knocked out was Melvin Manhoof's cousin, Cedric Manhoof, which is pretty cool. You aren't familiar with racially motivated Grant Dawson? Are you talking about racially motivated Drew Dober? I don't think Grant Dawson's been racially motivated. He got chinned by Bobby Green in like 14 seconds. I think you're thinking of Drew Dober. Because Drew Dober is the guy who's got all the edits about him because he beat Terrence McKinney. He beat the black Brazilian dude. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Silva? No, not Silva. Alves, Rafael Alves. And then he beat Bobby Green. And after he beat Bobby Green, he called out Jarlin Turner. So that's like where the memes like went fucking ape shit. Which honestly, if Jarlin Turner comes back, Drew Dober versus Jarlin Turner would be a cool fight. Jarlin Turner probably wins that at this point as well. Sure, Dober's chin's deteriorating a little bit. Drew Dober, yeah, that's what I said. You're the one who brought up Grant Dawson being red, not me. Actually, now that I think about it. But you said that's when he channels his inner Grant Dawson. He literally said that like before K1 said Noah Bay got a flatline KO. He started training with AKA. He's been trying to mix in the wrestling. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to do that. But, like, come on, you're a fucking kickboxer. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, bud? He started training with AKA. He's been trying... Oh, yeah, I just read that. Nah, you're reading wrong. My message clearly says true. Stop fucking gaslighting me, Chris Samuels. What are you trying to do? You're trying to make me feel like I'm fucking losing my marbles. But yeah, I reckon RDR should fight Izzy next. Like, a lot of people said that it doesn't make sense, but I think it makes a lot of sense. RDR is not going to get the next title shot because Kaya Borelli versus Amavov is 100% the title eliminator. I mean, Amavov just chinned Izzy. And if Kaya Borelli beats Amavov, he beat the man who beat the man. So I reckon they do RDR versus Izzy. They do RDR versus Izzy. You little munchkin Aussie. Yeah, that's me, mate. That's me. But nah, I reckon they do RDR versus Izzy. I reckon RDR will beat Izzy as well. I reckon he'll sub him. Like, I'm pretty confident. I've seen a lot of people saying, like, oh, Izzy wouldn't lose to this guy. He's too goofy. Like, have none of you fucking people realized they literally lost to Dricus Duplessis? I want to see Anthony Hernandez versus RDR. That would also be a sick fight. I just want to see Izzy lose again to another weird style because he fought. Just it'd be funny if he's like he had the narrative that he's like the best striker in UFC history. Like I never believed that, but like he had that narrative. It'd be so funny if he goes from like having the greatest striker narrative after chinning Poatan to then losing to fucking Strickland, RDR, and Dricus. It'd just be so funny. Who is next for Bo Nickel? Bo Nickel should fight Terez Finney since Terez Finney pulled out of his fight against Azamat Bekaev. Benderman. I want to see Costa versus Nickel. Costa would kill Nickel at this point in his career. Yo, what's going on, Tyson? How you going? But yeah, I think Costa would absolutely fucking murk Bo Nickel at this point. Picking RDR against Bo Nickel was one of my most happiest predictions because I just didn't understand how you could make Bo Nickel such a big favorite when he had such a competitive fight with fucking Paul Craig. That was to this day one of the weirdest betting odds. Kopylov versus Shara. Is it booked? That'd be a sick fight. RDR is a championship level fighter currently. Yeah, I mean, that's middleweight for you. Bo fucking GM3 gave him the toughest fight. What about Marvin Vettori versus Bo? They trained together at ATT, so I don't think they would fight each other. But maybe that'd be a cool fight. Honestly, Bo Nickel versus Brendan Allen down the line would be cool when Bo Nickel works on his striking a little bit more. Like, I don't know. People were shitting way too much on Bo Nickel. Like, RDR is actually good. I feel like now that RDR's gone on to beat Rob, people aren't going to be as tough. Who do you think wins the Ron Murphy versus Pico? I think Pico going to mix in the wrestling and eventually catch Murphy. I actually think so as well. I actually think that... I think Pico's going to knock out Lerone Murphy because he just gets hit with overhands way too much. I know he didn't get caught against Josh Emmett, but, like, Pico's actually a really good boxer, while Josh Emmett is just a fucking old man that swings overhands, and that's about all he's got. I actually think Pico is going to get a flatline KO over Lerone Murphy. Maybe I'll change my opinion, but I don't know. Murphy's not really a KO artist. Maybe he could knee Pico when he shoots a takedown like he did to Marwan. No, was it Marwan? Fucking, what the fuck's the guy's name? Mr. Finland. When you know what he did to Mr. Finland? Is it Marwan or Makwan? Makwan Amirkhani, sorry. Makwan Amirkhani. I just think that that's the only chance that Murphy's got is just catching with a knee. But we've seen him get wrestle fucked before by Makwan. So, like, Pico could both wrestle fuck Murphy and he could maybe just brutally chin him because he's been dropped a couple times. Why are Italians so gay? Italians aren't gay. I think you're getting them mixed up with the Greeks. There's not really a stereotype that Italians are gay, I don't think. Izzy versus Cumshot? Oh, Hamza would fucking murk him. How about Cheeto versus McGee? I wouldn't mind that. McGee would probably beat Cheeto at this point. Or Cheeto would just brutally KO him, you know. But I reckon McGee would win. Number 1 pound, 2 pound fighter. I'd go number 1, Ilya, maybe Islam, and then second Islam, yeah. But I reckon JDM will be up there after he beats fucking Islam, mate. Tim Tszyu was stupid fighting Fedora, too much reach difference. Yeah, I don't know why he ran that fight back. He should have got a bit more experience after the loss. Emmett could have been the BKFC king. He could have. He honestly could have. Do you ever have thoughts of self-deletion? I do not. I'm here for the long time. You know, people always say I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. I'm here for a fucking long ass good time. So, no, I never have thoughts of self deletion. If anything was to ever happen to me, it would be, it would be straight up murder or something like that. Because yeah, I'd never safe delete. You know, I've had moments of bad mental health, and even then, I've never thought about deleting myself. It's weird to explain, but some big names outside the UFC have it when they get to the UFC or don't and fall off. I don't know, for some reason, I feel like Bellator, like, I feel like the gloves are just, I don't know, I swear it's something to do with the gloves. Like, because you rarely see any KOs in, like, Bellator and stuff like that. Like, I swear their gloves are just weaker or, like, more padded or something. And then when they come to the UFC, like, Chandler actually gets, like, a brutal flatline KO on Hooker. I know he chinned Benson Henderson before he got signed to the UFC originally, but, like, I don't know. A lot of these guys, they get more brutal KOs when they're in the UFC. Like, I don't know. Something I've noticed. Like, you rarely see big KOs when it... Like, when Bellator was actually running cards before they got bought by the PFL, there was so many fights that should have been, like, brutal KOs that they weren't. But let's see. Quit bragging about not wanting to enter. Do you like GSP? I love GSP. GSP's, in my opinion, the GOAT. The natty GOAT. Buchecha versus Alvin Hines. I'd probably go Alvin Hines. I actually thought Buchecha beat Boudet, but like it's still a bad look. Like how are you getting fucking out cardioed by the fucking UFC version of, oh man, what's that fucking guy's name? Oh fuck, how am I forgetting his name? Wait, let me look this guy's name. Fuck. And what's that? How are you getting out cardioed by the fucking UFC heavyweight version of fucking Tom Segura? Like, how are you getting out cardioed by a UFC version of Tom Segura, for fuck's sake? Like, that is Martin Boudet. Martin Boudet is the fucking heavyweight UFC version of fucking Tom Segura. RDR and Yuri have it mix, and Pacheco don't. Yeah. Honestly, Yuri, I know Yuri's fighting Khalil Roundtree, but I really want to see Yuri at middleweight, man. I really want to see him at middleweight. I need fucking Yuri Prohaska versus Dricus Duplessis injected into my veins. It'd just be such a sick fight. Just two fucking chads. I had a panic attack. My dad called me gay for thinking I was having a heart attack. Oh, that's not very nice of your dad. I mean, panic attacks literally have all the symptoms of a fucking heart attack. So, like, it's fucking normal to be scared about having a panic attack, you know. They literally, the symptoms are you feel like you're dying. Did you watch Ryzen yesterday? I did not actually catch Ryzen yesterday. Who fought on the Ryzen card? Let's have a look. I was fucking exhausted from staying up all night watching the UFC, so I had a pretty easy, like, rest last night. I just, like, slept a lot of yesterday because I stayed up watching the whole card. Yeah, I don't like my dad. He brags about not having much empathy. Yeah, people like that are weird. Like, I'm a fucking psychopath. I'm a sociopath. Like, how is that a fucking flex? I don't care about people. Like, yeah, that's cool for when all your fucking friends die, but it's not a fucking flex to have as a person. It just means you're a shit person. Like, I don't know. I've met a lot of people like that where they brag about not having fucking empathy for anybody. Oh, Patricia Pitbull fought. What the fuck? And he lost. Lost to a 10-2 guy. Oh, Mick Zuri Asakura won. He beat Kiba Koek. Okay, let's have a look through this card. I didn't realize there was such a sick card on fucking yesterday. God damn. Shiogo Kuriaki fought. Don't know him. Look at this Chad. Look at this guy. He's a fucking Chad. Look at that. He's 2-4. He would have been 1-4 going into this. He fucking destroys a 5-2 guy. What a Chad. He's got a Chad profile picture, man. Absolute fucking Chad. Look at this dude. I love the Japanese fighters when they have like their Tapology photos as like some fucking like hype shit like that. But yeah. 0-2. Oh no, I was talking about the heavyweight dude. The Sakoshi, this dude that I was talking about, this fucking guy. He was 1-4 going into this fight. He just fucking TKO'd a 5-2 guy. What an absolute legend. You hang out with black dudes. Not like African guys or anything like that. It depends on what you count as black, I guess. I got like Islander friends, like Polynesian friends. Some people would say they're black, but no, I mostly hang out with most of my friends are white, uh, Polynesian, half Asian. But yeah, I've had black friends. Obviously, I used to have a lot of Aboriginal friends when I used to live in the country. Uh, Hirosama Ogi Kubo still getting it done in 2025, and people forget he beat Pantosh. Really? Fucking hell. Damn, yeah, holy shit. 28-8. What a record. He beat Jose Torres as well. That guy beat fucking Amir Albazi, I'm pretty sure. If I'm thinking of the right guy. Actually, maybe I'm not. No, he did. Yeah, he did. This guy beat Amir Albazi. Damn. That's impressive. Damn, that big heavyweight guy who lost on Dana White Contender Series a couple years ago, the German guy, Solidatkin, or he's Russian, I guess. It was a fun card. There was a double knockdown. I clipped and put it into a short. Nice. I'll give it a watch after this stream. Hello, Tommy Tamu. How you going? Welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you're going good. We're not from money because they can be really big bullies and may steal from you. Yeah, like yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it depends where you live. To be honest, I think that's more of a Melbourne type of problem. Where there's like all the machete crimes and all that type of shit. But where I live, it's pretty chill. But yeah, nah, gotta be careful. But that's it goes with all people. I miss old Tony Ferguson. I do too, man. I do too. Can't believe we're gonna live in a world where Tony Ferguson gets flatline KO'd by Salt Puppy, guys. Ah, man, like Salt Puppy's actually good, so it's not like that embarrassing. But it's just the fact this guy was meant to fight Habib. Now he's fighting fucking Salt Puppy. Like they gave Dylan Dennis an MMA fight on Misfits, but they're giving Tony Ferguson a boxing match against fucking Salt Puppy. Why? Why the fuck are they doing that? Like seriously, you could have done Dylan Dennis versus Tony Ferguson in MMA. At least it would have been a bit more respectful than him going in there and getting brutally KO'd by fucking Salt Puppy. Like, yeah, whatever. What was the best fight this past weekend? Whew, that's tough actually. That's very tough. Shara Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriol was pretty good, but I didn't catch Ryzen, so I can't give any Ryzen picks. I told you guys that Marc-Andre Barrier wasn't like a gimme fight for Shara Bullet. I mean, Shara Bullet clearly won and everything, but I just knew that Marc-Andre would give him a tough fight because he's got cardio and he can wrestle a little bit. Plus, he's pretty tough. But it is funny though that like who's that fucking German guy? Dustin Stolfus brutally KOs Marc-Andre Barrier in the first round, and Shara Bullet can't even finish him. Like, what a sport we live in. I mean, they should probably just do Shara Magomedov versus fucking Dustin Stolfus next for the shits and gigs. But I picked Marc-Andre out of spite, and I would do it 100 more times. I don't know. Shara Magomedov is never going to be anything special, I don't think. He's fun fighter, but like he has no boxing ability at all. He's all kicks. You can't have just a pure kick style and succeed. I know middleweight shit and everything, but it's just impossible. There's no way Shara Magomedov ever becomes champion or even top five. I don't think. Maybe if Izzy's super washed and Shara fights him in like a year's time, maybe Izzy could get KO'd by him, but I just don't see it. Shara Magomedov needs boxing fundamentals. He's got no boxing fundamentals, like at all. Like it's just pure kicker. He's just a pure kicker, and he can't wrestle either. So yeah. Anyway, Naoki Inoue will also probably be in the UFC soon. Let's have a look at him. Ooh, 20-4. What a record. That's a pretty good record. Who is Koki Akeda? He must be a kickboxer, right? 0-3, and he's high up on a rising card. Yeah, he's a kickboxer. Makes sense. Ryzen announced Rashabali Shaidolev next fight will probably be in the UFC in a year or two. Damn, what? So like that he's just straight sitting out for a year or two? Like what? What do you mean by that? Because I hope he's not sitting out for that long. That'd be a shame. I hate when fighters sit out for so long. Stay active. You gotta fight while you can. No, I love Ryzen. Like I have a great respect for Japanese MMA. Like Japanese MMA should be bigger than the UFC in my opinion. Like if they got rid of the fucking ring, because I don't like the ring, they like I know they do those Ryzen events where they use a cage. I forgot what they're called. They're like those little Ryzen events they do sometimes. But like Ryzen should be bigger than the UFC, but you know, obviously they shoot themselves in the foot making it so hard to access their events. But like I don't know, I really like the things Ryzen does. Like they do a bit of freak shows, they do a bit of legitimate fights and all that. And they have soccer kicks and all that shit. So it's just I don't know, a superior rule set to the UFC in my opinion. I know it makes me sound like an absolute hipster. Like, oh, Ryzen should be like better than the UFC, dude. Like, yeah, they use kicks and they speak another language. But like, I'm not being like a hipster or anything. I just think Ryzen should be bigger than the UFC. Like, if you just on a violence based system, 100% Ryzen's better. Even like their whole scoring of the fights, like they score the whole fight instead of doing it round by round. He's not, but he's shown interest in the UFC, but probably he's going to have a couple more fights in Ryzen is fighting Victor Kolashik next. Nice. Hey, bro. Hello, Lightweight Fitness. How you going? Narcisus KOs in SKS. Dude got half his nose cut off and they zoomed on him and as he was unconscious and coming to. Also clipped that into a short. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I'll show you guys a violent fucking KO. This was on the card that my mate fought on this weekend. So my mate had an amateur fight. Let me get on fucking Twitter because I posted this on Twitter. This shit was brutal, and this was just an amateur fight. This guy got fucking Impa Kasanganade versus fucking Joaquin Buckley. Like, not that it was like the same, like, flash KO, but this guy got like so brutally KO'd, and it was like an amateur fight. Yeah, watch this. This was this guy's third amateur fight. Look, he got absolutely fucking brutally KO'd. Like rough. Like let's do it another. Let's watch it again. So you guys, let me break it down slow mo. Let's where's the fucking slow mo option? Look at this overhand. Boom, he's out right there. He's out, and then look, he follows up. Boom, like brutal fucking KO right there. Yeah, he's out. Like he was out for a bit as well. I think he was down there for like 2 minutes or something. Brutal stuff. That's why I love watching amateur events though, because they're always really fun. Do you think Alexander Pantoja should move up a weight class and be champ, or would he not do good? I just don't think he's got the cardio to beat Merab. He's got the mindset to beat Merab 100%. But I just think because he gasses out so much and Merab is bigger, I just think Merab's a nightmare matchup for Pantoja at this point. James Lontop still has no grappling. Yeah, I know. I looked at the UAE Warriors results and I seen that he lost, which is unfortunate. I didn't check the other card actually. Let's have a look at the other UAE Warriors card. I seen that Amira Hadea lost from Australia, but she's been repping Lebanon since she's fighting over in the Middle East. Mate, smart move. Oh, yeah, I clicked. I guess I already looked at these then. Let's have a look at the UAE Warriors 61 anyway. Oh no, Ali Al-Kasi lost again. No. Asaf Choparov he's now 8-0. Good shit for him. Oh, Serbian guy beat a Russian guy. Magomed Idrisov, he won. Damn, some pretty good record guys fought. Damn, what the fuck? I cannot believe this is. I don't want to be a dick, but I really didn't think this was a chick. Kanako Murata. I generally doesn't shocks me that's a girl. Because I was like looking, I was like, oh, it's 115, it's male strawweight, and then I seen the opponent is Adina Silva, and I'm like, oh no, that's just a woman. Landa Axias become became the youngest champ in boxing, beating out Norman Jr. Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, 22 years of age makes me realize I'm doing fucking nothing with my life. I fucking love it. Uh, damn, some really good record guys who fought on UA Warriors. What was I gonna mention? I was gonna mention. Oh yeah. With domination. Let me see if I can find like the Instagram page. Oh, actually no. Hello there, Benjamin and Mr. C. Hello, Rick Shaw. But yeah, just put Aiden Todorov, put this guy on your fucking prospects list because I'm not going to stop hyping this guy up until he goes. He's not even pro yet, but Aiden Todorov 100% is going to be in the UFC one day. I guarantee you this guy will be in the UFC one day. He is so fucking good. He trains like a fucking maniac. And his record's not even been updated properly on Tapology, but Aiden Todorov, 6-2. He should be 8-1 at the very least, because in one of those losses he got robbed by decision. He trains like a Jew. He actually trains 7 days a week, 6 days a week. Apparently he's just never out of the gym. Like the guy he's very young. He's like 20, I think. He's gonna 100% be in the UFC in a couple years' time. I guarantee it. Guy's a fucking marauder. Like he's actually really good. Really good boxing. Very similar style to JDM. But he's also got grappling as well, and he's like super young. And yeah, the guy 100%, I guarantee you, fucking, you can screen record this, show me in a couple years' time. But Aiden Todorov 100% in the UFC one day. Like, I don't know, you can just see when an amateur, like, you can just see when they pass the eye test, you're like, yeah, this guy's 100%, he's going to be in the big show one day. We're talking Jews already. Somebody did bring up, I think Chris Samuels brought up Jews, actually, like 5 minutes into the stream, actually. What was it gonna say? But yeah, that's a guy I'm just gonna keep hyping up to you guys. 100%. And another guy, Zane Martin. Zane Martin's another lightweight. Hype him up as well. Albazi saw what Nugent did to Yaya and said, fuck that, I ain't fighting East Asians. 100%. By the way, oh yeah, I guess I can say this now that the stream's like a bit later in. But apparently Steve Ursic's fighting Odie Osborne. Don't know how true it is. I just heard that that's like the rumor at the moment. But apparently Ursic's getting Odie Osborne. And I fucking prayed for days like this where we get Steve Ursic getting a fucking easy matchup. Like, for fuck's sake, man. They gave Ursig every brutal nightmare matchup. Now he's getting fucking Odie Osborne. Hopefully. I don't know if it's signed or anything, but I've just heard that's what's in the works. So I hope that comes to fruition, because that's a really good matchup for Steve Ursig. Oh, yeah, by the way, Sharma. I'm wearing a fucking Sharma shirt in 2025. I haven't given up on Politan. Ansar Kamzayev is a very good prospect, only 3-0. Yeah, I keep hearing about Ansar Kamzayev. I haven't watched him personally, but like he's very hyped up as a featherweight. Very, very hyped up. So I've heard from people, because I think he trains at Sanford or Killcliff, whatever they call it now, and I've heard people say that he literally smokes all of like the established Sanford Killcliff dudes. So yeah, he's a problem, 100%. But I gotta actually watch the eye test. I haven't caught him yet. But yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah, Nugent, he fucking massacred Muhammad Yahya. That was brutal. Like, I don't know. Jason Herzog is very inconsistent. Like, I don't know if he's like a good referee. Like, is he an early stoppage ref or is he a late stoppage ref? Because he let Yahya just get the absolute fucking shit beaten out of him. You could have stopped that fight in the first round. And he just let him keep getting massacred until his eye got brutally shut closed. Like, I don't know. I reckon Herzog took a bribe or something. Like, the UAE commission was probably like, all right, you little cunt. Don't let this guy get finished. You know, whatever you do, just keep the fight going as long as possible. Because, like, Muhammad Yahya got dropped like 5 times in the first round. They only gave him a 10-8. They only gave Stephen Nugent a 10-8. That's 100% like a 10-7 round. Rick Shaw is an F word, not an N word. But yeah, I don't know. I reckon surely Herzog got paid off, because like Herzog, he stopped Derek Lewis versus Teixeira like sort of weirdly. But like he's alright with Muhammad Yahya getting fucking pinged all around the octagon. Like there was at one point where like Yaya went cold in the second round, and he just straight let the fight keep going. Where like there was like 10 seconds left, and he let the fight continue for some weird reason. Either that, or he was getting paid off to let the fight go past like a round and a half or something. I don't know what it was. Maybe like fight leaves the second round, or I don't know. It was weird though. Like I don't know. Herzog was definitely a bit late for that fight. But yeah. But yeah, the overall card was pretty good. Card was pretty fucking decent. I say so. Don't know if it was worth staying up though. Ryzen is great because you can watch saucy Japanese get the shit kicked out of them by Russians. I mean, people forget, man. The fucking Japanese actually beat the Russians in a war a while ago, a couple hundreds of years ago. I think it was for the Kuril Islands or something like that. They had like an actual war over like some little fucking islands. That there's still a dispute. Who is Taira fighting? Taira's fighting Hung Sung Park now. So yeah, they're pulling Hung Sung Park from the Urseg fight, and he's going to be fighting Taira this weekend, which is a pretty good fight. You know, decent fight, decent little scrappy poo. I that's why I didn't do my prediction video, because like I didn't want to do it just in case it doesn't come to fruition. So I'm just waiting to see. But I think it's all but confirmed. Best dog picks from the last weekend and future dog picks for this upcoming card. My best dog pick is I got Davy Grant. I got the Davy Grant underdog. I was so happy. I did pretty bad for picks. Not too bad. Like I wasn't at the bottom of the list or anything. I think I got 7 right or 6 right. Just because there's a lot of weird underdogs. Like who the fuck thought Muslim Salikov was going to brutally KO Carlos Leal in 45 seconds? Like if anybody thought that was going to happen, they're lying. Nikita Krylov has absolutely no chin anymore. Yeah, his chin is gone. That's why I picked Guskov. Do you think DDP beats Jamaev? I do. I'm actually doing pretty well with middleweight picks lately. I think Drickus is going to beat Hamzat. First round's going to be a fucking massacre, though. Like, he's going to have to really be careful, but I reckon Hamzat's going to fight really stupid. I honestly think Hamzat, if he's going to be smart, he actually has to box a little bit in the first round. He can't just come out shooting crazy how he normally does, or he's going to get fucking broken. You're lying. I was talking to you about my Salikov pick, you bastard. Actually, yeah, maybe I do remember that. I don't know. Surely if you picked Salikov, though, you didn't think he was going to KO Carlos Leal like 40 seconds into the fight. Like, who the fuck was expecting that? I woke up because I fell asleep during the prelims. I caught Buchecha versus Budai, and then I woke up. I fell asleep, and I woke up during Bryce Mitchell versus Sedna Magomedov. I go and look at how the fights have gone, and I see Tabafaricci's got a KO somehow, and fucking Muslim Salikov has got a 40-second KO in 2025. Elijah Smith, I think, is pretty underrated prospect. Well-rounded, is only 22. I have a mate who was not training, but he was like doing some content around their gym, and apparently Elijah Smith was giving Isaac Dolgarian a lot of problems with the grappling like defense, because I think they trained together, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Elijah Smith was actually doing really good against Isaac Dolgarian in sparring. So he's got some good grappling defense. Bryce Mitchell is slowly becoming my favorite fighter to watch. I seen a really funny, like, not funny, but I've seen a tweet where it's like, Bryce Mitchell just talked about Jesus in Abu Dhabi, and they were very receptive of it. It's like, no fucking shit. Jesus is a prophet of Islam. No shit there. They're not going to, like, boo it Jesus. Why would they? Like, I don't know. There was a big narrative. Like, I remember during the Bush era, like, people thought, like, Muslims hated Jesus. And it's like, no, Jesus is literally a prophet of their religion. They do not hate him. If any of the 3 Abrahamic religions hate Jesus, it's not Islam. And it's not Christianity. I mean, we all know what religion it is. The one that says he's boiling in fucking shit and human feces. I would pick Elijah Wood over Elijah Smith. Who is Elijah Wood? That name rings a bell. The actor? Mm, not a big fan of Bryce Mitchell's style, but I like his takes a lot. Oh my god. Jews like Jesus too. I don't know if they do. The Talmud says a lot of negative stuff about Jesus of Nazareth. I mean, the Talmud says that Jesus' mum was a whore who got knocked up by a Roman soldier, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what the Talmud says about Jesus. Like, they said Jesus is in fucking a lot of shit. Literally. But, yeah, fuck knows. I have a similar physique like Taira, lol. Oh, cutie patootie. Gene Silver was hate watching Bryce Mitchell on AG Live. I know Gene Silver's a bit of a weirdo. Why is he like so obsessed with like Bryce Mitchell, and why is he so obsessed with Israel? You're from Brazil. Why do you care? Why is he so like pro Israel? Yo, Unc, how you been? I've been good student of knowledge. How you been, brother? Jews believe Jesus was a prophet, but not the Messiah. I don't think they do believe that. That's what I think that's what Islam's. Do Jews think Jesus was a prophet? Adherent, the first thing that came up, Mr. C, was adherents of Judaism do not believe that Jesus of Nazareth was the Messiah or prophet. So no, I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure there is Jews for Jesus. There's Messianic Judaism, uh, where there's like, but they're just Jewish Christians. They're just Christians who converted to Christianity. But Judaism as a religion, they don't believe in Jesus or think he was a prophet. They think quite negative of him. Gene Silver, I think, had a lot of trauma growing up. His mum died. Yeah, apparently she got assaulted by multiple men or something like that. A lot of Brazilians like Israel. No, it's very odd though. I don't know why they dick ride Israel so much. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why anybody dick rides another country that they're not from. Like, to an extent, obviously. Like, I get liking a country, but like I don't get why. Well, I do get it. Obviously, they're getting paid and everything, but I don't get why so many politicians are so pro like another country when you're representing your own fucking country. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, especially like congressmen, House of Representatives, and stuff like that. Like, bro, you're representing a fucking district. You're barely representing your whole country. Why are you talking about like fucking Israel and all this shit? Again, Benny came back to play Pennywise in it. Welcome to Terry. Watch the trailer. Let's have a look, shall we? Did you see that Nelk spoke to Netanyahu? I did. I didn't watch it, but I did see like a clip where they asked him his worst take, and it was like something to do with Burger King, which is interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't. They're just trying to fucking humanize Netanyahu. Like, I don't know. It just feels like a bit dirty. I couldn't watch it. Maybe I should watch it, just see what he has to say, but I don't know. Just Bibi's like, you can just tell he's a fucking pathological liar. How did Nelk gain access to Netanyahu? Steiny's dad is really powerful. Steiny, who's Jewish, I'm pretty sure his dad's like a big time lawyer or something like that. So he's probably got a lot of connections, because the Nelk are Jews. No, the Nelk aren't all Jews, but Steiny is. I don't think the other guys are. Maybe what's that guy's name? Stevie, not Stevie. Maybe not just Steiny, but I know Steiny is, but nobody really like most of Snelk don't fuck with Steiny. Like, you can tell he's only there because his dad's rich and he helps fund it. Is Kyle Jewish? Kyle from Nelk. Because they're Canadian. Obviously, I know there's Jewish people in Canada, but is he Jewish? Kyle isn't. Come on, let's not fucking dox the MMA guru. We all know his name, but come on. Mm. I can't find anything about him. The only one I know that 100% is Steiny. Nelk is 30-year attorney. How old are the Nelk boys, actually? That brings me to a good point. Let's look up how old the Nelk boys are. How is knowing your first name considered doxing? Not my first name. No, I'm talking Wick's son said the MMA guru's name, and he obviously everybody. If you know the MMA guru's first name, you know his last name because it's out there. Members. None of these fucking cunts have Wikipedia pages. It's really annoying. Just look up Nelk boy ages. I mean, to be fair, afterwards they did a fucking video with the guy from Fresh and Fit and Fuentes. So I mean they doubled they fucking threw Netanyahu right out of the fucking right onto the bus afterwards. Like they went from doing the interview with Netanyahu to talking to fucking Fuentes and the what's it called guy what's that guy's name? Maron. No, what's his name? I forgot his name. Something Gaines. What's his name? Myron. That's it. Myron Gaines or whatever. Kyle Forgeard is 29. Steve Will Do It is 25. Wow, Steve Will Do It is 25. He looks the fucking oldest. The biter, Igor Severiano, is back. Nice. I feel like they shouldn't have cut him. I get why they cut him, but I don't know. I feel like he was really good. So it's a shame that they cut him. But to be fair, he did bite somebody. Yeah, what Steve Will Do It is, I think, fucking Jesus. I can't believe he's the youngest of the bunch. Salim the Dream. Did you guys see the Nelk boys almost get fucking murdered by Ilya Taporia because they kept bringing up see, you guys can find your wife in in Miami. And then afterwards, Ilya was like, "Why do you say that? Why do you keep saying that? Why do you laugh at that?" And then they fucking shat themselves. Don't blame them, to be fair. All right, Steve Will Do It. Let's have a look at him real quick. I'm pretty sure Steve Will Do It's Jewish, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is. Oh no, maybe he's Italian actually. Steve Will Do It. His last name is Del Nardius. So he's probably Italian, right? That sounds like an Italian-y type last name. But damn, I'm surprised Steve Will Do It's the youngest of the bunch. I think he's just because he parties and drinks a lot. He's got a bit of that older face, you know. People praising Ilya for dropping the Nelk boys were trashing Strickland for doing the same. Yeah, I know. To be fair, I'm glad it was Steiny. If any of the Nelk boys are going to get dropped, I'm glad it's Steiny. I actually like the Nelk boys. I don't think they're that bad. I sometimes watch their podcast, but I don't know. Steiny is just he's such a fucking corporate little fucking shill. Cocaine and steroids will age most people. Yeah, exactly. Steve Will Do it 100%. 100% doing both of them, maybe at the same time. Azu Almabayev is a disgraced MMA, pointed down to the canvas, instant double leg. Yeah, that was fucking cringe. I reckon if you do that, you should lose it. You should get some of your pay deducted. But no, I reckon there's a lot of fucking MMA fighters probably doing cocaine, you know, because obviously it's very easy to get it out of your system. It only takes 48 hours. I don't even think it's an illegal substance anymore. So I reckon there's a lot of cocaine users. Obviously, you know about John Jones, but I reckon there's other ones. Someone said Steiny rhymes with slimy and is the best way to describe him, 100%. I don't know, Steiny has the adult baby build. He's a shorter version of Jamal Hill. He has that build, he has the Tommy Pickles from fucking Rugrats build. What's the main event this weekend? It's going to be Tatsuro Taira versus Kung Sung Park. They're pulling Kung Sung Park from the Usyk fight. I think a lot of Brazil fighters like Israel because their boss is one of them. Who's their boss? How did you get that scoop? I've got my sources. No, I think Usyk would have beat Park. I don't think Park's that good. I reckon Taira is probably going to beat Park as well. But nah, I actually didn't hear it from Hey, bud, what fight do you give Dan Hooker? I reckon Dan Hooker versus Rafael Fiziev. I'd love to see that. Kickboxing fight, Striker's Delight. So yeah, I reckon that. Costa don't like Israel, so there we go. Yeah, but Costa is he's on a Bryce Mitchell level, I reckon. Ari Emanuel. Oh, you mean the actual UFC? I thought you meant like Brazil's leaders. Because I thought you were getting confused with Argentina, because the Argentinian president, prime minister, he literally converted to Judaism after he became fucking president. Do you guys see Strickland say that he was gonna like give the fucking head of? He said he was gonna give Cash, but he was gonna find Cash Patel, the head of the FBI, and he was gonna fucking rub him down with soap. Do you guys see that? It's fucking one of the most insane things I've ever seen anyone fucking say, and that's literally I'm talking about Sean Strickland. Like that's just one of the most insane, unhinged things that Sean Strickland's ever said, and that's a lot. I think he said he would tie down Cash Patel and he would wipe him with soap. But yeah, Costa does march to the beat of his own drum 100%. I'd look for it, but the tweet probably got taken down. But yeah, because Strickland's actually, and because Strickland was like sort of like very not pro Israel, but he was like dick riding Israel a little bit. But seems like I think it seems like Strickland's been doing some noticing lately, so he's been a bit more anti-Israel on Twitter lately. Literally, no one likes Cash Patel. I know. He literally said that, yeah, I'm gonna release the fucking Epstein's files and all this stuff, and he just never did it. Like, I'm very disappointed. Like, even though I'm not American, but if I was an American, I voted for Trump, I would be fucking so pissed off that he's like just bypassing all that stupid shit. Like, oh yeah, what people are still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? It's like, no shit, they are. Like, his victims are still around. Like, of course they are. How did Cash Patel pull a baddie? I mean, maybe should look up where she's from, and they'll answer why she's with him. Definitely not a spy. Let's just say that. I found Bobby Green during his fight with Nasrat and was absolutely astonished at his speed and fun style. He won every round, but I was lied to. He's not who I thought he was and has no chin. He was. He used to have a really good chin and good defense. He's just gotten a lot older. He's taken a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure it's because a lot of Brazilians get fed Israel propaganda and think they support Christians. That's true. Like, I don't know, a lot of Christian Zionists, they believe that the Bible talks about the fucking secular state of Israel. They think that the 1948 state of Israel is the one they were talking about during the ancient times. When even like the most religious Jews, like the ultra-Orthodox Hasidic Jews, they say that Israel is an illegitimate state because Israel can't become a state until the Messiah comes back, or until the Judaism gets a Messiah. So, like, it's just all so fucking contradictory. Like, the whole idea of Israel as a beacon of like the Bible, and oh yeah, the Bible. The Bible says Israel is going to come back, and like we have to protect Israel. Like, no, like even the most religious Jews say that Israel shouldn't be a state because the Messiah hasn't come. They haven't got a Messiah. Perhaps his Jewish girlfriend was drawn to Patel's nose. Yeah, definitely wasn't drawn to all of his secret files he probably has stashed around his house. But yeah, nah. A lot of sus stuff going on. Like, I posted a story on my Instagram the other day because I found this really interesting. In like 1968, Israel hijacked a fucking boat in the Mediterranean from, I forgot what country it was. I think it was an Italian boat. Oh no, it was a West German boat or something like along those lines. And that's how they got all their equipment and shit for nuclear weapons. They hijacked a boat in the middle of the fucking Mediterranean and nobody did anything about it. But yeah, anyway, enough noticing. What were we talking about before? Israel is established as a country like a year after the CIA. Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting that JFK was very big against Israel having nuclear arms and against, certain lobbying groups, and then he got fucking sniped the next week. But I'm sure it's all a coincidence. Sure, Jack Ruby didn't have any ties to any other organizations, and that's why he sniped Lee Harvey Oswald. I'm sure there's nothing, guys. Come on, we're all being silly here. Come on. They're America's greatest ally. They wouldn't do anything like that. Let's be real. I grew up Catholic, but stepped away due to the hypocrisy. Seems like more often, the more religious you are, the worse person you are. It depends, though. It depends, though. I feel like it depends on your motivation. Like some of the nicest people are religious, but also some of the biggest assholes are former atheists to become religious because they've just got a bunch of fucking baggage from before they found God. Like some of the nicest people I've met, super religious guys, don't swear, don't cuss, like they'll give you the fucking uh they'll give you whatever they help you get back on your feet if you're going through problems. But then people who become religious when they're like 50, they're the weird ones because that they've definitely done some really fucking shady shit that they can't live with themselves with. So they find God as a means to redeem themselves. That's my opinion. That's what I reckon. Some people use religion to become a better person. Others weaponize it to be mean to other people. Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah. But I don't know. Religion. I'm not religious personally, but I'll say this every time. I believe in God and all that type of stuff, but I think religion's all man made, so I just don't take religious doctrine seriously. I think God's powerful enough that He sends us like I feel like God would send us dreams and like stuff like that's why like deja vu's a thing. I reckon that's God sending you warnings or just like signs to show you that this is your future. God can see your future and that type of stuff. But I just don't. I can't believe in religious doctrine because it's like it's forever changing. Most of it's in ancient languages that just don't exist anymore. So like translations are always going to be wrong. And then also at the same time, like I just feel like you could also just argue a lot of it's just man made in general. But I do believe in God and all that jazz. Like even maybe Jesus. Like I think Jesus, real person, probably did come back and all that type of stuff. But I just don't know if I believe in the religious documents and all that type of stuff when it comes to it. Because I don't know, a lot of it could get so over because you got to think the Bible got written like 2,000 years ago. So much of that shit could have been changed. Like there's so many different versions of the Bible. There's a King James Bible, all that type of stuff. Certain religious religions advocate for child marriage. They do, like the fundamentalist Mormons do that. Like the FLDS in like Utah, they do that shit. Obviously, some Wahhabist Muslim groups they advocate for marriage as soon as a woman hits puberty. Like, there's a lot of weird groups like that. Like, even there was like a cult, like there was like a Jewish cult that fled to Honduras, and they were practicing child marriage. I forgot the name of it, but yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of weird groups. I don't see how people can see children and like think, oh yeah, they need to be married off. Like, it's honestly very disgusting. Like, let children be kids. Like I feel like I'm very like I'm against both forms of it. Like I don't think kids shouldn't be sexualized with like LGBTQ stuff. And at the same time they shouldn't be sexualized with like religion, when it comes to Catholics, priests and all that weird shit. Like children should be safe from both ends of the extreme. Like I don't know why it becomes a left and right thing where people are like I just hate how it becomes like a political thing where it's like the left wing people are really against like the Catholic rapists, and it's like, and then the left and then the rights are really against the gay ones. It's like I'm against both sides of sexual assault against children, man. Like it's just, I don't know. Like it shouldn't be a right or left issue. It should be we should all agree that both sides of it is bad. It's the same thing. I keep seeing this post pop up, and it's like, oh, the right don't care about women being assaulted when it's not, when it's done by like Tony at the pub and not done by Abdullah Muhammad. I believe fuck them both. Like fucking, there's a problem. You sort them both out. Like I believe they should have a death penalty for people like that. Except it would be hard to advocate for because the same people who are talking all this tough, like talk tough on like protecting women, are the same ones who are for against the death penalty. They're against the deportations. They're against, you know, all these harsher acts. Like I don't know. I'm going on a little bit of a rant there. Where or what do you think God is? I think God is the universe itself. So I think God is everywhere. I think God is the universe. So many gay people also agree too. From my perspective, as a radical non-binary, yet probably want to inject trans children. Yeah. Like I don't believe in that whole like they're turning the fucking kids gay and all that weird stuff. Like I think you're born gay. Like I don't think you become gay. You don't become bi. You don't become whatever. You're born feeling that way. You know. Like that's the thing I disagree with the right with is they have that whole gay moral panic type just thing. Like I just don't care. Like I just don't care. Let people be happy. If they're two consenting adults, who the fuck cares? That's like why I say I'm right on some stuff and then I'm left on other ways. There's a reason we wait to give kids the birds and the bees. 100%. Kids shouldn't be learning about that stuff when they're so young because it fucks you up. I know myself personally. I fucking watched porn when I was like 10. That was not a good idea. Like I'm banning fucking pornography when I have kids. Like I'm fucking putting up a safe lock on my fucking. I don't want my kids watching that fucking filth. It's not good for you. It's not a good habit to have. You know, pornography is fucking evil. Because firstly, pornography is fucking like just it really gives a lot of false impressions of what sex and like all that stuff is. It really takes away all the you know, like especially because it makes men so much more lazy because it's like, oh fuck it, I'll just watch porn and all that stuff. Like it just takes away a lot of men's motivation if they have pornography to go to, and at the same time, it's bad for your brain. Really bad for your brain. You shouldn't watch it because it causes like there's an actual thing where people can get erectile dysfunction from watching too much pornography. Like that is fucked. Like you can actually get to the point where it programs your brain to only get off to porn. That is fucked. So like, yeah, it's fucking gay. It's fucking gross. I was about to say gay. It sounded like I was about to say gay. I meant gross. I'm 17 minutes off pornography. Congratulations, Rickshaw. Yeah, Tommy McMullen versus David Magoyan is a good fight. I think David Magoyan is like Armenian, right? Who do you got winning that one, K1? Because I've seen a lot of people are on the David side of it, but I think I've heard his level of comp isn't very good. Like I feel like Tommy McMullen's got better level of comp. Yeah, like I reckon Tommy McMullen might win that. I rate him quite highly. Is that a featherweight or is that lightweight? Let's have a geese. Featherweight, okay. I'm pretty keen for Dana White Contender Series. I think it's on next week or maybe the next week. That George Mangos. I'm so excited for George Mangos. George Mangos, big friend of the channel. He's one of the nicest guys. Like he'll every time I message George Mangos for an interview, he'll literally like do an interview the same day if I want. Like super fucking good dude. Also really good fighter. So yeah, I'm really hoping George Mangos can get the dub. Whitaker looked a lot better than I expected. Yeah, he did. He looked pretty good. It was just RDR's pace was too much for him. Gassed him out a little bit. He's Armin guy who's cornering him every fight. Okay. Do you think he'll beat Tommy McMillan? Beat. I reckon Isaac Thompson might get a late call up. He looked pretty good. Hello, Sarah. How you going? Good to see you in chat. Surprisingly, RDR and Whitaker are both the same age. Yeah, they are. They actually are, but obviously different levels. He's Armand guy. Yeah, I've just read that. Bro, I actually am shocked that RDR survived that big overhand. I thought that they were about to stop it when Rob dropped him because like he looked like he got flattened. RDR is like that strong guy in the gym that everyone struggles. He's just doing it to ranked opponents. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people seem to think like Izzy will beat him. I don't reckon. I reckon RDR will destroy Izzy. He was like one more punch away from being TK'd. If it was Mark Goddard, and maybe Mark Goddard was the ref, I'm not sure. But there was a good chance he would have been stopped. How are you? I'm good, Sarah. How are you? If Tommy McMullen can stuff the takedowns, he can win. But if he can't, he is cooked. Yeah. He's got really good takedown defense because I remember a lot of people were picking him to beat Austin Bashi when he was meant to fight Bashi because McMullen's got really like good takedown defense. But I actually personally haven't watched many of his fights myself, so maybe I should watch some more tape on him. So I'm just going off here. He said, she said type stuff. But yeah, that would be a sick fight. You know, both will probably eventually get in the UFC anyway. Wow, he's very young guy, 21. That David guy's 21. That's crazy. And Tommy's 27. All right. Oh, he's not beating the greatest guys either, though. I thought Tommy beat a bit of a better level of comp, but last guy was 21 and 19. That's not very good, to be fair. I don't know. Tommy McMullen looks sort of like Tommy McMullen sort of looks. I keep calling McMullen. McMullen. I meant McMullen. He sort of looks like a guy who'd be out of Trailer Park Boys. Like he looks very Canadian. I don't know how to describe it. He just looks like he'd be like Canadian as fuck. Even though he is from Montana, not Canada, but you know what I mean. Jimmy Pace Jr. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. I think we talked about this guy, didn't we? Do you think this guy is fucking built like a brick shithouse? Is this guy another Artiba Gutierrez type of guy? RDR versus winner of Amava versus Borello? Nah, I think Amava versus Borello gets the title shot. I reckon in the meantime, uh, they do. What's the fight I'm thinking of right now? In the meantime, they do fucking RDR versus Izzy. How did Benny pull Sarah? Riz. The grey eyes, they're fucking OP. The bluey grey eyes, they're OP. I'm quitting nicotine for the third time this summer. Nice. Hopefully it'll be the third and last time you quit it. But yeah, K1 is Jimmy Pace Jr. sort of like another Atiba Gutierrez guy because he looks fucking massive. Is he like an Ngannou type of power guy? Oh, he's actually got a lot of subs actually. He lost to Christopher Ewert, but that guy's not that bad. I know, there's a lot of cool middleweights coming up. I'm pretty keen for Gutierrez versus Ozzy Diaz. I think Gutierrez is going to fucking massacre him. There is there is no universe where I see Ozzy Diaz being able to take a clean punch. TB's Gutierrez power is overrated. It's not one-shot KO power. It's more like a stinging type of shot. Like, but to be fair, the two guys he fought both have pretty good chins. Like, Valentin doesn't really get KO'd very often. And Jose Medina, literally his only attribute was he had a granite chin. So it is impressive that the guys he's chinning, not because they're good, but because they're durable. So I think he's got like some pretty crazy power. Like I reckon he could fucking brutally KO a lot of guys. The fighting nerd. Yeah, I seen that. Akaro Brito is fighting. He's got fucking fighting nerd tatted on his chest, which is crazy. I've heard a lot about him though. I think I've heard he's pretty good. I haven't watched him though. It's more like DDP power. Yeah, like he's actually sort of technical when he's like throwing. He's got like a bit of a boxing stance. Like he's not just throwing wild. At least like he's got some boxing attributes. You know, he's not like just a pure overhand merchant like Soriano was a couple years ago. Like Soriano wrestles a lot now, but like I feel like Gutierrez actually got some technique when he throws punches. You know, he's pretty tight when he throws the punches. Jimmy Pace Jr. is mostly a clinch grappler. Is he pretty good though? Is he when you say he's a clinch grappler? Is he like pretty similar to Andreas Gustafsson? It's funny how Soriano slept Medic. I know that to this day I can't believe he went in there and just immediately slept Urus Medic. Like I mean I guess I can because Medic was a former lightweight, Soriano's a former middleweight, but like still it just doesn't make sense in my head that Soriano is actually like somewhat good at welterweight. That's a shame too because I really like Urus Medic, so it was a shame to see him get fucking slept. But yeah. Poor Medic. I like Medic. I really like Urus Medic. He's always posting funny shit as well. I always see him liking the most fucking unhinged shit. He'll throw a bunch of knees and shoot takedowns on pretty solid submission games. I liked Medic since his Docs days. Medic actually started as a middleweight, actually, now that I say that. He had a few middleweight fights before he went down to lightweight. I just wish Medic would have got the fight against who's that? Not Danny Barlow. Fuck, what was that guy's name? The Punisher, not the Punisher. Something Junior, I think his name was. Wait, let me look him up. It was like a pure Muay Thai guy. The guy beat Danny Roberts. Fuck, what was the guy's name that he was meant to fight? He was meant to fight. Johnny Parsons. That's the guy's name. I like Johnny Parsons' style. I don't think he's that good, but I like Johnny Parsons' style. Benny P, did you ever train BJJ? I did train BJJ. I didn't like it because of the gi, but I liked it overall. I just wish it was no gi. I hated having to wear the gi. It's just, especially because I was doing it in summer and shit. It's just fucking so hot to wear a fucking gi. But yeah, I think I did jiu-jitsu for like 4 months or something. So not too long, but then I did an MMA class where it was like pretty much no gi jiu-jitsu. Like it was learning a lot of wrestling, a lot of jiu-jitsu moves and stuff, and you didn't have to wear a gi. So I just did that for like a year while I was also doing the jiu-jitsu classes for a little bit. So like I got a mean rear naked choke. Like I got a pretty good grip for my rear naked chokes. But yeah, what about you, Alex? Obviously, you're an amateur fighter, so you've clearly trained some jiu-jitsu, but what's your main base? I feel like the gi is dying. Yeah, the gi is dying. Everyone's realizing the gi is just a fucking ridiculous old relic. Like, the gi is just a fucking relic of the past for all martial arts. Like, I reckon eventually they're just going to stop doing it, except for traditional martial arts. Because the gi is fucking useless. Who the fuck cares about a belt system? Actually think about how is Yaroslav Amosov not signed to the UFC yet? Where is he? Oh no, I thought they would have signed him after he got that win on that regional promotion, but haven't signed him yet. I reckon eventually they will. Like they'll have to sign Yaroslav, but I don't know why they're taking so long. I like that the UFC have signed all of these guys though, because like RDR, like who thought that RDR would be a top 5 fucking middleweight like 2 years ago? Like nobody can tell you that they really thought RDR was like gonna go on after he lost to Malakin like back to back. Nobody would have predicted RDR to go in there and become fucking top 5 at middleweight. Amosov is boring, yeah, but his last fight wasn't too boring. I think he got a finish, but Jason Jackson fucked him up. There's a lot of UFC who don't have above a blue belt, if at all. Yeah, I mean, Hamza, when he came into the UFC, was a white belt in jiu-jitsu. Just, yeah, obviously he did Sambo. Well, actually, I don't even think he did Sambo. He just trained a lot of MMA. Like, I don't know. A lot of weird. I'm a blue belt 145 too. Same thing with Kiata saying he'll stay with the UFC if they offer a contract. I hope they sign Kiata as well. And I hope Paul Hughes eventually goes to the UFC. I need Paul Hughes. He fights sort of similar to Dustin Poirier, so Dustin's gone now. We need Paul Hughes to fucking come to the UFC. Oh man, Dustin. I can't believe Dustin's retired. I'm still sad about that. Like obviously it was about time he retired and all that, but like still it's sad. Hmm. Oh yeah, did you guys see? Well, use Benny P's live as a promotion. Yeah, you should. We'll fucking Benny P fight promotion. Fuck Street Beefs, Benny P MMA coming. Literally MMA, Benny P MMA the promotion. But did you guys see? Oh man, some guy. Wait, I gotta go to Jose Delgado's record to find who I'm talking about. Because I think it was his only loss. There's this guy called Chris Mekate, I think, and he's got 6 wins. He beat Jose Delgado, and then they signed fucking Javier Reyes instead of him for some weird reason. Obviously, Kaon would know about this. P Diddy no, P Benny yes, yes. CC. Like, I don't know. The UFC are weird when it comes to Dana White Contender Series sometimes. Like, no, God forbid we sign the guy who beat that guy. No, no, we'll sign the guy who just fucking is on a 1 fight winning streak. No, no, we can't sign the guy on a fucking long winning streak. No, that's not allowed. Also, one championship needs to free Fabricio D. Andrade. Yeah, they do. The Brazilian Wonder Boy must be free. Free him till it's backwards. Like, but nah, 100% they need to. Will Francis ever fight again? Yeah, he'll fight again. He'll probably fight Vadim Nemkov, unless he actually. I think didn't Nemkov leave PFL? If Nemkov hasn't left the PFL, they'll probably do that. Could you imagine though if they do Corey Anderson versus Francis Ngannou? That might be the most one-sided fight of all time if they do that. Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought Luke Riley would have got signed by now. Like they signed his teammate. They signed what's his name, Shamrock. So I'm surprised they didn't sign Luke Riley. But yeah, hopefully Luke Riley gets signed soon. I'm sure he will. Take a picture. There's a picture. Chris McKay is mainly a wrestler. That can be a little boring. That's probably why. Oh, okay. I was thinking this guy was like super exciting because he had like a KO now, but makes sense then. I would literally be a better talent scout than Dana and the other UFC execs. I know they just don't have the ability to properly fucking sign people anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. They're just given up. Dana's given up a long time ago, I feel like. Just he does the love of the game isn't there for Dana White anymore. He needs to move along and give me the fucking UFC. Let me sign all the good prospects. I'll put on a way better card. But yeah, Luke Riley needs to get signed. He's wasting time being in Cage Warriors. But they should sign Luke Riley. Imagine they sign Luke Riley. They do him versus Kevin Valhos because that fight was meant to happen. Dana has already cashed out. Can't complain. Just sign me. I'll do it for half the money. Luke Riley has visa issues. That's why they should just sign them straight up. Though, yeah, exactly. I wonder what he did. He must have a criminal record or something because it's hard to get into the US if you have a criminal record. So maybe that's why. Like I can't imagine other reason why he would have a visa issues. Dana needs to pass it off to Hunter already. Yeah, I know. Hunter seems like he wouldn't take as much shit as Dana as well when it comes to like John Jones and all that shit. Do you guys see Sergey Pavlovich just no sell fucking John Jones' handshake? That was pretty based of him. Isn't Riley British? Yeah, he's from Liverpool. He's a Scouser, not English. Scouser, not English. Why would he have problems? I don't know. That's why I'm saying it'd have to be a criminal record or something, right? There's no other reason why they wouldn't let Luke Riley in. But to be fair, Steve Erceg had visa issues a bunch, and I don't think Steve Erceg's out there committing fucking violent crimes. Give John the old blow by. I think John would like the old blow by a little bit too much, though. But yeah. Remember, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll probably head off in like 5 minutes time, guys. Just give you some... let you guys be real. Let's be real. Erceg has two personalities. To be fair, I reckon Erceg's got a bit of a mean side to him. I remember like him being so pissed off that he lost to Pantoja. He's like, can't believe I lost to a guy like this. But nah, I mean, Erceg's really nice. I remember when I interviewed Erceg, he was just nothing but nice. Shamrock was literally on the run from the police at one point. I'm pretty sure he has a visa, so I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Shamrock, like, he fled to like fucking Thailand while he was like running from the police for so long. Is Sean O'Malley ever going to be champ again? Maybe 145, but not at 135. Marab will always beat him, and Umar's also a very tough matchup for him. But Sean O'Malley could definitely maybe beat, like, say Sean O'Malley moves up and maybe Gene Silver becomes champion. Gene Silver, I think Sean O'Malley could beat maybe Gene Silver. Maybe Gene Silver's too big, but if there's a striking featherweight champion, and bantamweights are definitely much better strikers, so maybe O'Malley could beat like a featherweight champion, but I don't think he'll ever be bantamweight champion again. And even then, featherweight's a tough ask. But if he bulks up and everything like that, I feel like O'Malley could actually be a pretty big problem for the featherweights. Like, I reckon O'Malley could beat Brian Ortega. I reckon he could beat Dan Ige, maybe Yair, probably beat Yair as well. Like, there's a lot of guys he would beat. And then, like, I think he'd maybe even beat Diego Lopez. Just depends on how he translates the size. But, again, maybe those guys are too big for him. He has no takedown defense, or maybe he just can't take the power at featherweight. But featherweights aren't really that powerful, so I could see him having a good run. If Max moves back down to 145, I think he could be champ again. I think Volk would beat him at 145 if they were to rematch at 145. I think Volk will always beat him at 145. But he could definitely beat like Diego Lopez, maybe a Gene Silver and those guys. But again, maybe Gene Silver maybe chins him at this point. Max's chin's probably a bit rough for the 145 weight cut. The bigger signing the UFC has made are the ones that have succeeded. Most of them are in the heavier weight classes. Yeah, 100%. Because those guys build confidence and experience and all that stuff. Like, that's actually really big to build. Like, they go in there with the mindset that they're the fucking man because they've gone in there, they've beat all of these guys from all these different countries, all these different styles and everything. They fought on an international stage. So I feel like they've just got the confidence, like, yeah, I'm as good as these guys. And because they're the heavyweight weight class, they probably are, like, skill-wise very similar because, like, heavier weight classes are typically not as skilled. Benderman vs. Islam, upcoming UFC fight this Sunday. Yeah, it's going down. He's going down. He's not going to be able to take this power. But yeah. I've liked your live stream, brother. Thank you. You're the man. Heartthrob, you're the man. Heartthrob, what a legend this guy is. But yeah. Pretty keen for the UFC this weekend. Do you see PFL being around in 5 years? No, I do not. I don't. But to be fair, PFL's actually been around for like 12 years or something, so they've really exceeded expectations. I'd never thought that the PFL would outlive Bellator, to be honest with you. So honestly, they've exceeded all expectations I had for them as a promotion. But nah, I reckon they'll be gone in a couple years' time. What about you? Bender Man, make him tap this Sunday. I will. Bender Man's going to make the man tap. 100%. Easy dub. Bender Man, have you been working out lately? I have been. Mostly just jogging, walking, but been doing a bit of weightlifting lately. Actually, I got into a fucking fight the other day. Not a physical fight, but I got into a verbal fight. Some woman called me a cracker and a white cunt the other day, so that was a very interesting experience to have. I've never been called a cracker before in my life, so that was pretty cool. Except for Marcus Buchecha that had a sloppy GJG. He's one of the best practitioners of all time. Literally makes no sense. I know, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But yeah. So I'm going to lift weights, get ready to scrap with anyone who calls me a cracker again. Except for, yeah, I just read that. Yeah, Buchecha is the weird one because he should be good. He's literally at the worst weight class skill-wise. He's actually, like, skilled, but no. She isn't wrong. Fuck up. Don't be calling me them words. It's not nice. No, I honestly, I don't care. It's not really it's a weird insult, right? But yeah, Buchecha, I sort of thought Buchecha beat Boudet. Like, I didn't think it was like, I thought he did more damage in the first round, and I thought he won won the second, but, you know, I can see why they gave it to Boudet. But Boudet is like one of the shittest 7-1 fighters in UFC history. Like, how is he 7-1? Like, how can you not take the back off a fat heavyweight but scramble with Gordon Ryan? It's just all that striking, I guess. You know, you throw them hands, you gas out. Maybe Gordon Ryan's just not that good. Maybe Gordon Ryan gets fucked up by Martin Boudet. Did you ever think about that? You know, maybe Boudet goes in there and he absolutely destroys him, you know? Anyway, I'll probably dip now, guys. So, yeah, it's good to see you guys on a little stream. I'll try and stream a bit more this week. And yeah, it was good to see you. I'll put out my prediction video probably pretty soon. Are you counting the World Series of Fighting in the 12-year PFL reign? I am counting it, yeah. Same company, just different name. But yeah, I'm ahead now, guys. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. 5 streams this week. I'll try. I'm fucking try. You know, I'm going to go on that grind this week. I need to start getting my donos up. I need to start getting more YouTube payments. Maybe being a former pro CSGO player is a better base than Jiu-Jitsu. 100%. Being morbidly obese and losing weight. It's actually OP. Look at Khalil Roundtree. Look at fucking Khalil Roundtree. You having a BJJ match this week? No, I'm not. Maybe I'll fucking grapple some random guy at the park. But nah, nothing set in stone. I actually haven't trained jiu-jitsu for a couple of years, but I reckon I could still get a mean rear naked choke. But yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And yeah, talk soon. I'll put out my prediction video tomorrow probably, because I think they'll probably fully announce the main event by tomorrow. Because I just want to make sure everything I've been told leads to it being Taira versus Park, but you never know, like, what could change. So I'll put out my video tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much. See you guys next time. Goodbye.